What better way to kick off the weekend than heading down and enjoying a nice little boat ride? Sounds like fun and games until somebody winds up stuck, just like some of the things we'll witness in this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. My question is, how'd they get it stuck like that upside down on the dock? It's a boat, it's fiberglass, it can be rebuilt, it's probably not totaled. In fact, we'll probably see it on Marketplace next week listed for sale. Speaking of not totaling things, right here, nothing like getting stuck with a Googan captain who likes to hit the dock. I mean, they hit the dock so hard, even the band stopped playing. I mean, come on guys, even the Titanic, they say the band played all the way to the end. We can't end on a little dock scuff.
Hey, you can't park there. This is almost as good as the Keystone parking job.
Now, I question whether this one's intentional or not. It almost appears to me that he was trying to do everything he could to get the vehicle and the boat as much out of the road as possible, but it looks like he's still going to have a difficult time getting back out of this one.
Trying to put it in the pool. I don't think that was supposed to happen.
Talking about things not supposed to happen, I don't think this was supposed to happen. Now, our last guy had to see that one coming, but I'll tell you what, I definitely didn't see this one coming, but our guy winds up sticking it. Now, our first girl wound up wedged between the boat that we saw. I got a feeling our young lady here probably didn't wind up wedged. She probably wound up in the drink. And speaking of getting stuck in things, here are firefighters trying to get in, and well, he gets in a little more than he expected. Now, fortunately for our guy here, he is able to claw his way back out of this, kind of like our next crew who found themselves stuck in the river and they're trying to claw their way out as well. I mean, I guess this is one way to get her done, but when you're out there boating and you find yourself stuck, I guess you gotta try and find your own way out. Kind of like our next crew has to find their way out of the surf line, but I definitely don't recommend taking the path they chose. I mean, maybe this was intentional. I mean, we see the dolphins there. Maybe they decided they wanted to go swim with the dolphins. Now, navigating yourself out of the surf line can be a tricky task, but of course it can be done.
Oh my god, are we gonna make it over?
Now, since we're on the subject of things being stuck in boating, I'll tell you what, this is the one time that somebody's glad something's stuck because this anchor's hanging on for life. I'll tell you what, we need to know what anchor this is and everybody needs one. Now, sometimes when you're out on the water, it won't just be boats that you'll see stuck. You'll see those Googans out there having a good time, and every once in a while, they'll take something out on the water that shouldn't be there. Kind of like this crew who winds up stuck in the drink, but somehow they wind up pulling this one out. Even with the window open, I don't know that was a good idea as we saw the water coming in there as he was trying to get out. Now, of course, there are plenty of times we see boaters stuck though as well, and that's one of the reasons you always should have tow insurance if you're going to be into boating. It's fairly cheap for what it is, and it's a whole lot better than getting out there, getting yourself stuck, and either trying to find a way to get yourself unstuck or trying to rely on others to do it. Because the last thing you want to do is try and get somebody unstuck, especially if you don't have the proper knowledge or equipment. It can end bad. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe even with tow insurance it can end bad.
Oh my god.
Now, don't get me wrong though, we see plenty of boaters who find ways to make their own situation end bad, whether they got tow insurance or not. This one right here, I don't think anybody else was towing them out. They're gonna need the tow insurance. My real question on this one is though, how do you wind up missing that bad? I mean, how do things go that wrong that you end up like that? Now, sometimes boaters wind up stuck not in situations they intend to, like he's trying to stick it on the dock, but our guy winds up stuck somewhere else instead. Now, this This just looks like a terrible idea. Now I understand they put the weight in the front to try and see if they could get the bow to float and get the stern to rise up, but man, this is just one of those ones you're just waiting for this boat to wind up finally catching and take off with everybody in front of it, but even the guys at the back's not a good idea at all. I see so many trucks stuck down to the boat ramp, maybe they're doing it wrong and they should just buy a Bentley like this guy. But sometimes you'll be stuck down to the boat ramp and it won't matter what vehicle you have. I mean, going out and enjoying a day of boating or fishing is always a fun time. Now, of course, we all know those fishermen like to get up and do it early. But what happens when you get up super early and you're out there on the water before the sun comes up? Well, you get tired pretty quickly, and there's nothing quite like a nice little boat time nap to fix that. Especially when you get caught in some storms and you wind up hanging on under a bridge while you wait on those storms to clear out. Now, of course, down at the boat ramp, it's not uncommon for us to see boats or trucks stuck, but not often we see somebody stuck well before they get to the boat ramp. And speaking of being stuck places, nothing sucks more than being stuck at work when you just absolutely don't want to be there. But don't worry, boaters, we're ingenious people. When we want to get out of work, we always find a way to get it done. And commercial mariners, sometimes they're some of the best people. The antics we see of people making it onto boats late or trying to get off boats early is absolutely crazy. These guys will do just about anything, and I don't blame them sometimes. I mean, being stuck on a ship for weeks or months on end is one of those things that probably could drive you a little crazy enough to say, hey, you know what? I think we're done. Go ahead and call Tommy over on the forklift and let's go ahead and find a way to get out of this one. And then, of course, you got the boneheads who wind up stuck in weather. Now, don't get me wrong, a storm like this you had to see coming at some point in time, right? Maybe they chose to stay on the boat so they could try and help protect it, but I gotta imagine there's not much you're gonna be able to do in this situation. If things start to go wrong, really all that's gonna happen is you're gonna find yourself in danger versus being in a more protected spot. And then, of course, you've got those unexpected moments of being stuck out there on the water. Sometimes things will pop up and you'll wind up stuck for some reason you could never possibly even imagine. But thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Brent Byer, Brad Bishop 1986, Will Singer, David Spear SG, Jacob Henley, Brendan Pete 29, Wake Pro 132, Upstate Outdoors, Adam Coolidge, and Jonathan Buckhouse did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here. If not, we're coming to steal your drain plug.